Hey, I'm Carsten from Klemmbau, and today we have a look at the winter village from LesDIY. We will build this together, so have fun! The set was provided by LesDIY for review. All opinions expressed here are my own. Before we start the review, let me share a few words about LesDIY. LesDIY is a company that sells Mocs as complete sets, so instead of placing multiple orders, you get all the necessary parts from one source. They use alternative bricks, making the total price about 50% cheaper than building it with genuine Lego parts. All of their Mocs are licensed by the original designer. Check out their website for more amazing Mocs. I have also linked another video featuring a Moc I got from LesDIY. Now let's take a closer look at the set and how to build it. Unfortunately, I can't show the entire building process since the instructions for this Moc are not freely available. The Moc Winter Village building creation is designed by cloureiro and is inspired by a building from Department 56 North Pole series. It consists of 2,456 pieces and is priced at $152.99 on LesDIY. If you purchase the set through my affiliate link pinned in the comments, you'll be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. I earn a small commission from each sale. Time to open the box and see what's inside. The box is wrapped in protective foil to keep its design intact, though I doubt many people will collect these boxes. Upon opening, you will find it fully packed with bricks, utilizing nearly 100% of the available space. Instead of printed instructions, LesDIY provides a PDF version, supplied by the original designer. All parts come in resealable bags, which is quite convenient. However, the bags aren't numbered, and while the parts are grouped in some way, the logic isn't entirely clear. By the end, I still wasn't sure of the exact sorting method. It seems to be based more on production steps rather than making the building process easier. I'll show you the first 20 steps as a speed build. I haven't cut anything, so the long pauses between building sequences are purely from searching for pieces. Completing the first 20 steps took me nearly 40 minutes, meaning each step averaged about 2 minutes. Some parts require a lot of searching, and at first the build felt more like solving a massive brick puzzle than assembling a set. However, as you progress and more bricks are used up, the process becomes smoother and faster. This build also includes a ton of very small pieces. With 700 steps in total, constructing this Moc takes time and patience. Perhaps the perfect activity for cozy winter evening? A good strategy would be to sort the parts beforehand, if you have the space, which I didn't. Instead, I built various sub-assemblies randomly to clear out tiles from the pile, making it easier to find the pieces I needed. I've sped up the footage 16 times, and we're still not even halfway through. So sit back and enjoy the rest with some music. If you'd rather skip ahead, jump to 4:43 to move past the rest of the speed build.
One hour later.
We've now completed what I consider the first section, the area where the presents are packed. I really love this part, it looks incredibly cute. However, one downside is the quality of the translite pieces, which had quite a few scratches. After finishing this section, I ran into some trouble finding the right colored parts. I spent hours searching only to realize they weren't included at all. Instead, they had been substituted with a different color. So instead of a tree-colored design, it ended up being bee-colored. Later I'll go into more detail about the issue and share what the vendor told me. Next we add the toolbox, followed by the door frames. On the other side we attach the first section of the kitchen. Now it's time to add the first walls. Technically they aren't sub-assemblies, but I built them as if they were. The water disposal looks pretty cool, though the upper part keeps falling off. When adding the first stairs, you can clearly see a color mismatch in the red parts. To be fair, even Lego struggles with color consistency. But here the difference is far too noticeable. And this isn't the only section where I spotted the issue. With that, we've completed the ground floor. This level features crates filled with presents, a tool area and the kitchen, all set in a spacious layout with a stylish chess pattern tiled floor. Before starting the first floor, we add a spiral staircase. A really fun build, but a bit tricky to attach. Later on, this part will definitely give me a headache. We've built the first floor and raised some walls. Like the ground floor, this level is also covered with tiles. Now let's take a look at the completed ground floor kitchen. For the open spaces we'll be adding a desk and of course some chairs. We continued building the walls, but here's another issue. Instead of a tan 1x2 brick, I had only a reddish brown one left. Despite this, I think the whole structure with its arches and angled design looks pretty nice. By the way, at this stage I made a major mistake. When I realized the plate couldn't be attached perfectly horizontally, I started wondering what went wrong. After some checking, I discovered I have missed a 1x1 plate, barely noticeable in the instructions. Now we've added all kinds of decorations and only the back walls and the roofs are left to complete the build. The building is now fully enclosed with walls, but the back side features a removable wall for easy access. The wall behind the crates is cleverly secured by a piece extending down from the roof. A smart and well-designed solution. I was a bit worried about attaching the roof, since aligning the hinges can sometimes be tricky. However, in this case everything went smoothly, and all the roof sections attached without any issues. The very last step is attaching the chimney sub-assembly. This was quite challenging for me since there's very little space to work with. It took me several attempts and some time to get it properly mounted. Once in place, it is secured with two 1x2 tiles. I had a lot of spare parts left after finishing the build, including several translite door frames that weren't used at all. I also ended up with a bunch of extra 1x2 plates. As mentioned earlier, the wall was supposed to be tree-colored, combining dark orange nougat and medium nougat. However, according to the manufacturer, they are unable to produce nougat-colored parts in their factories, so all nougat pieces were replaced with medium nougat. Most of the time this substitution blends in well, but in some areas it might look a bit off. If this bothers you, you could purchase the original nougat parts from Lego on Bricklink for around $10, including shipping. I had some troubles distinguishing the colors in the instructions, as they look quite similar and didn't match the actual brick colors. To make things easier, I built a small color guide to help me identify the correct pieces to use. And now we're done. What a journey! As I summarize my experience, I show you some scenes from the build. What did I like? I really appreciate that the entire MOC is delivered in a single shipment. I've built other MOCs where sourcing all the parts was a hassle. You have to place multiple orders, each with its own shipping cost. The price of €152.99 is fantastic. If you were to buy all the parts separately on Bricklink, it would likely cost around €300. The design of this MOC is outstanding. It closely resembles to the classic Lego set it's inspired by and fits perfectly into any winter village display. What about the quality? I'd say it's okayish overall. There were some incorrect colored pieces in addition to the substituted nougat pieces. I also noticed some color mismatches, particularly in red and green, and a few parts had scratches. What didn't I like? Building a 2500 piece MOC with unsorted parts was frustrating. I probably spent more time searching for pieces than actually building. If you enjoy the challenge of hunting for parts, this might be a fun experience, but for me it was a bit too much. If you enjoyed my video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.